Okay, we are back. Let's try to get to Neketaka. Without getting killed. I had to reload a little earlier because Eder died when I loaded my most recent save. I have no idea why. I forget the context, if there was any context. Okay, then let's just clear these clouds away. The water effects look less distinguished in this format. A fast travel, 0 crew injured.
The ring of a bell comes to you on a cold wind.
I think I went through this already.
The ring comes at you and an indistinct and at their
I remind you of our
do not the fig the god
does it
from out of he
I'm
does
gonna
not
skip over this
Wodika
because
steeples her long
I already showed this.
would do the job.
Wodika stick
Do not for
the fig the ash Mogren's glow.
I act to move against him while his plans are unknown would be the height of foolishness. We must find wisdom in precaution.
Mogren looks at you.
It is no business of
Another of
let's
And
all
yet
take
y'all
a
use
deep,
me for y'all
calming breath.
situation.
you look up then into avian eyes. Through them, you scan shuffles forward.
That
Scan licks the ragged edge of his lipless mouth and grins.
I did not expect.
Helia's feathered crest stands on end.
You wretched little creature.
Your point is well made, little watcher, if self-evident. However, if we push him to the brink,
The pallid night.
Aethys both stand.
Mogren's.
even if we manage to destroy his curse,
The pallid night cast.
Mogren speaks too freely. That knowledge is beyond your ken, Watcher.
How about you make it, Mike?
Wodika waves the gods to silence.
Aethys gathers strength. His strength is a threat to us.
Her voice takes on a sharp, almost panicked edge.
There is no sensible
gods
answer to
remind
the
me of the
question
gods from
resurgent Aethys,
all those
other than
generic
decisive,
isekai
final
anime.
action.
Like each of the planets is ruled by some group of gods. Each, like the creator god, the god of freaking magic, and the god of innovation and agriculture and other bullshit. There's no cause to act now.
Your opinion is unasked for, but noted. We will act when it is appropriate to do so, and not before.
One would hope so.
The pallid night steps away from the half-circle. The black. She stares at you. You blink open your.
Hopefully, so this is where I left off. I hope Eder doesn't die. Okay. No offense, Captain, but your gunners can't shoot for shit. Oh shit, what the fuck? Ugh, it's below decks. Definitely need to upgrade my hull. I'm being wrecked by these fools. In ship battle, I thought it'd be pretty straightforward, but don't know what I'm doing wrong. Honestly. I'm moving, I'm positioning to attack, I'm attacking, it's just I'm missing. Big Anything new to say? Look at my cape.
Ahoy, Captain. What can I do you for?
Ugh, ew. Tell me about Remedo.
Aye, sure. When I were a wee swabby, fresh to the sea, it were Romaro that showed me the ropes and rigging. More than that, he kept his weather eye open for me.
He plucks at the fur at his elbow.
The sea be a right poxy ore on occasion, and life aboard the Sorcerer, that and more. Malnash, our ship hunter, she were all wet and bothered for doing me harm, and Romaro, he protected me.
What's with all these modern fantasies having this same character, like Seraphim? They're always part of a dwarf race or some short race. They're always sex fiends for some reason. I guess compensating for the fact that they're small or something. And they always have this type of voice that Seraphine has, and always has this type of backstory. Where yeah, they're on the surface, they're sex fiend, you think they're bad in morals, but they have some deep, hard upbringing, but also a deep, strong connection to some people, showing they are not all bad because of that strong connection. And now we have him. What predates what? But all I know is I've been noticing that a lot here in this game. I also noticed in Vox Machina as well, which is an animation on Amazon Prime.
Mentored me too. Learned me letters and navigation. Handed down the Principe traditions. In time, we became close as kin or closer. And the sorcerer, my family. Aye, aye, Cap.
Interested in a gay relationship, my friend. I'm a straight man. Myself. Alright, let's go back up. Surgeon, Cannoneer. Deckhand is 2. Let's bring you here. Cook, Deckhand. Here. Surgeon, Navigator. Boatswain, Helmsman. Cannoneer is 2. Deckhand, Cannoneer. Navigator, Helmsman, Boatswain, Cannoneer, Cannoneer, Deckhand, Cannoneer, Surgeon, let's keep him here. That's here. 69 damage, 10 to 13, 4 times versus 500 meters, 250 meters. 4 to 7. Here. Surgeon, Deckhand. Put you right here. Put you right here. Let's give you the superior firepower. Generic ones. Legend. Don't really see that. Minus damage. +2 resolve -1 Constitution +1 might. plus 15 damage on the attacks. Porridge. Some dexterity. Two constitution, 3 might, 2 constitution for you, plus 10% damage or spells for you. For you is gonna be plus 2 health, restored per 10 seconds, 6 seconds, minus 25 per 15% damage taken. Okay. Do that. Quick save. Out of nowhere, a heavy fog rolls over the ocean, so dense that you cannot see more than a dozen feet out from your ship. With the fog's arrival, the winds die. The waves come and the Defiant is left aimlessly drifting, only sounds those of Hull, groaning as if in dread of what's to come. Eerie green lights pierce through the fog as the silhouette of a massive galleon approaches. Black sails, so tattered and rotting, catching an otherworldly wind, slicing the ship forward at a rapid pace. Eerie green lights pierce through the fog as the silhouette of a massive galleon approaches. Black sails, though tattered and rotting, catch in an otherworldly wind. Oh. The captain, a skeleton outfitted in tarnished armor, with glowering eyes, surveys you from the quarterdeck of the decaying galleon. He wraps 2 fleshless eyes against her chest, reform pointing right at you. What the goddess of death has marked, I will leave untouched. She nods solemnly once, then with a tilt of her skull steers the ship away. What the goddess of death has marked, I shall leave. I will leave untouched. This is the goddess of death. The Paladin Knight touched me and brought me back. She's gonna leave me alone. She ain't gonna mess with that. I guess she had dealings with the Pallid Knight herself in some way. That's probably how she's remaining here. As the floating hangman turns, several undead sailors shamble across the deck, hungry for a look at your crew. They scratch at the chipped and rotting railing, heads rolling on their exposed spines. The ship disappears back into fog. A few minutes pass before the fog fully dissipates, and the winds pick back up, rustling your sails. The sea is clear, empty. The other ship is nowhere to be seen. Try the critter cleaver. To Khaled, God-awoken captain of the Defiant. I know what you're thinking. I have too many lovable cats, dogs, pigs, birds. Like you, I once thought I could take in stray pets, care for their needs, and shower each with equal affection. But we limited beings have only so much to love to spread around, unpleasant, unfair, unfortunate. That's why I took it upon myself to optimize affection and curtail my creature care, and bring you the critter cleaver. It's a handy, ethics-free apparatus aiming from a genuine and dig site and restored to glorious functionality. Simply slide your fellow feline down on one end and let the cleaver do its charm. The best is yet to come. See, the cleaver remembers. Stick a white bird in there, it remembers. Purple pig, it remembers. It even remembers your pet's strengths, weaknesses, and favorite places to poop. Now your furry friend isn't just going to slide out of the cleaver's business and seem as it went inside. No, they come out different, better. Sometimes that's where it gets fun. Combinations. Want a bird to think like a pig? Want a cat to think like a different, better cat? The cleaver provides. You'd be doing me a favor of epic proportions if you gave the critter cleaver a whirl. Once folks see you using it, everyone will want to turn. I've moved it to the far wall of the dark cupboard, which is at Petiki's Overlook in Neketaka. Many of the modern teaching of water shaping stem from her research into ancient Huana society. Was an explorer, which led to her posthumous renown and subsequent naming of her home district in Neketaka as Petiki's Overlook. You can find the cleaver just due west of the wooden fella. Rick, I wonder if she's been reincarnated into this cycle. A friend and fellow animal lover. P.S. I fixed the insert receptacle so that it no longer accepts Orlons and give it a good scrubbing. You're welcome. Okay. Neketaka, Weba, Otangalona. Subarashi. Gozaimashita. It took a while to load. I guess it's because one of the top cities in the game. Okay, it's just a black screen now. Ooh, quite a bit of lag loading this. I guess we get a nice little cutscene. Neketaka, late spring, Tara Prima, Lara Prima, 2828. Ooh, this indicates a very big shift in the game and its time period, since we made it to a major city. I guess if we were doing a lot of side quests before we came here, that would have been covered before we made this dramatic shift. I just came straight here, rushing past all the other unexplored areas. And again, I'm not strong enough to explore most of them. As you walk down the dock, your approach is noted by a cadre of heavily armored Omawa. Their leader briskly leads them to intercept you. Continue. Though the harbor master... interesting. Godlike. Civilized. With aspects associated with the gods. Yeah, I do look like that Margaret fella. You note a telltale sneer and a twitch of revulsion. Awful familiar.
You're far from home, farmer. How did you make it all this way in your little boat?
Kauha. Hey now, my boat ain't that little. The Aumawa cranes her thick neck to look along the hull of your ship. Her expression conveys equal portions, incredulity and pity.
Why do we gotta be farmers just because we're from Deerwood?
Are you a farmer?
Yeah, but you can't just assume. We got rabble-rousers too.
You're not helping, editor. As her attention returns to you, the Aumawa's mood. Aumaus. You know, their names are too damn difficult to say. I'm just gonna call you Samoan. How about that? Oma. Ua. Oma Ua. The Oma Ua's mood becomes more formal.
I'm the harbor master, Kauha.
Kauha.
I must ask your reason for docking in Neketaka.
Maua Katu Za Tuka Wahine Netozua Kiukihi Maka Ikohoi. Deadfire Archipelago marks the eastern edge. I am following. Oh. Ale. Pruitt has tasked me with finding Aeltis. She's walking across the Deadfire looking for luminous Adra. God of death, cycles, doorways, mortality, and inevitability. Let's try this. The harbor master's face twists in annoyance. She takes a half step closer to you.
Akora May, Rika.
Akora
No one
May,
gets
Rika.
through without good reason. Not even locals.
The women and men behind the harbor master set their jaws straight in their backs at their leader's words. Deep within you, you feel an uncomfortable roiling. You can't be certain if the sensation is physical or spiritual, but it immediately induces nausea and fills your ears with the sound of blood rushing through your head. Cutting through the din, you hear a familiar woman's voice speak. Each word comes slowly, falling with what sounds like the chiming of a small bell.
Show them.
The Pallid Knight.
Show them what you are.
Shut up, shut up. Concentrate on unfolding the edge of the in-between. It really is important that I go to the place. I'm a watcher and the herald of Barrett. The whole Deadfire is in danger. Please let me through. Okay, let's try to show them, as the Pallid Knight suggests, as Barrett suggests. Concentrate on folding the edge of the in-between. You close your eyes and turn your mind inward, blocking out the sounds of the harbor and the menacing pack of guards. This is a picture of her, the Omaua's face. She looks like freaking doofus as I'm reading this, and I'm doing my little thing of tapping into the afterlife. Soon all you can hear is a rushing of blood in your head and a muffled chime ringing somewhere far away.
Yes. Yes. That's it.
What's the matter with you? What are you doing? If you're trying to scare us with some cipher mischief, save the purple flames for the tribes of the Outer Islands.
The roar in your head begins to abate. The ring of the chime becomes clearer. Rhythmic, 2 successive peals, both followed by a brief respite. You realize the chime is ringing in tandem with your heartbeat. You open your eyes. The harbor master is gesturing wildly, presumably to get your attention, yelling in your face, but you hear no words, only the ring of the chime, as your heart rate slows, and slows, and slows.
Now,
hell? What is this? Holy shit. Run for it. Okay, that might have been a bit too dramatic. I think I got a ghost up my nose there. Achoo! Ah, that's better. Alright.
I've got it.
Thank God. Okay, Queen's Birth. Shipwright. Hunting and sundries. Osa's famous fish. Ribero's fine fashion. Back alley. Dockside arms and armor. Road north. Bardato Estate. Valera Estate. Sansa's Map Emporium. Luminous Adramel. Ooh, this might be. Road to the east. Road to the north. Road Peddler's Canal. Road to the south. No road to the west. Cobbler. Valiant Trading Company Headquarters. The Wild Mare. My arrival in the city hardly went unnoticed, but Red certainly saw to that. With the harbor master out of the way, I'm free to look for the Kahanga Palace in the Serpent's Crown District at the top of the mountain. Guess that'll be up here. Honored guest. Torunu and the Voyager. Really mustard frequent. Lighted path. Temple of Dawn. I don't see any temple here. Search Queen's Birth. Kill Lord Admiral Imp. Take his head. Confront Serpent's Crown. Only lead to Lucian Rivian lies buried. Secure stair Neketaka. Alright, let's first get here. Interesting statue. Feel as if there are more foreigners in Hawana in the harbor these days. Are the Hawana the same as the Amaua Osa?
Care for a fish or two, stranger? Today's catch, ripped straight from the hands of the salty wench.
Here, let's out an accomplished side. Let's see what you have.
You'll find no fresher. Have a look.
Fire kelp, you never know when you get this. Like this. Thanks, buddy. Alright, who is you? Hunter.
Welcome! Venturing out past the city. You'll want supplies, crab traps or the like for larger game, I warrant. Of course. Take your time.
Let's see what you have. Air claw trap. Yeah, animal +2 survival +12. Interesting. Open spices. Let's go with traps. Who is good with traps? Says athletics. Like that, or would be good with this. We got a little cat here. Who's this?
Be with you in just a... Almost had it. Damn your eyes.
The sun-scarred dwarf gingerly picks at a splinter in his thumb, muttering.
Hazard of the work, really.
He gives up with a frustrated grunt, shaking his hand.
Came in on the sloop? I can hammer your ship together if you're apt to pay me for it.
Zamar bares his teeth and grinds them hard enough to sound over the noise of the dock. Having traveled a klein lichtje, but...
Come to...
Alright. Voyager. Minimum 5 crew, all 60 sailed without hitching. Percent. Dope. Galleon. Crew 8. Hit chance 60% CL 40. Hull. 120 health. Junk. All 90. All 120 sail health is 60. Hit chance 70%. Minimum crew is 9. The junk represents a method of ship pulling you to the storm-beaten seas of Rautai and serves as the workforce of the kingdom's naval and merchant fleets. Outfitted with large battened sails, this vessel can achieve surprising speed despite its size. The spacious hull is divided into several water-headed bulks for flooding. The junk boasts cargo space and armament unparalleled 8 Valiant gallons. This impressive ship has become a symbolic vessel of Valiant republics. Originally constructed as a dedicated cargo craft, many early galleons fell prey to the pirates and privateers. Such a ship represents a considerable investment of capital. To deal with ever-present threats, modern shipwrights have sacrificed some of the galleon's impressive cargo space to facilitate expanded gun decks, turning the vessel into a heavily armed and versatile warship. Its heavy timber hull has been likened to the walls of a castle. Though such protection comes at the cost of speed and maneuverability, it requires at least 8 crew to operate. Actually, this is my type of ship. Bulky, strong, powerful. Let's see. What does this do? Sail. Lurker, helm, and rudder. Level speed. Mark-right fire thrower. What is this? This marvel of engineering spits a stream of metal all at enemy ships, which makes for a devastating surprise when in close range. Attacker at sea. Early experiments with fire throwers yielded mixed results. As human or Though mundane level anchors are the meriting standard, those who can afford anchors of living steel are less burdened. Freezing materials infused with soul essence. Ships incorporating living steel are more maneuverable without sacrificing functionality. Menagerie. Quarters. Man. Hall Adrian Hall treatment, warship reinforcements. Double bronze. Thunder. Imperial. At least such as these are deployed in great numbers along the Aegean Straits of Jolska, where numerous coastal forts defend the network of waterways from pirate raiders and enemy ships. It is a more complicated device than its dear-witting contemporary that takes longer to reload, but can engage targets at a much longer range. While not designed for use aboard ships, the gun has provided a capable maritime weapon in the Deadfire nonetheless. Warm Tongue. The recent rediscovery of the alchemical formula of Magman's breath, an ancient Inquisitive form of liquid fire, has allowed the production of new and devastating weapons. Artillery foundries develop its cannon to enable the use, as fire is particularly dangerous aboard a ship. Primed with a concentrated mix of Magman's breath, the maroon powder of the gunfire's cannonballs wreathed in flames. The prototype has inferior range to most onboard guns, but opposes capacity. Dex, riggings, and proves a light but unquenchable. Double Panzer. Twin-barreled naval gun in an effort to maximize the number of guns a ship could carry. While both barrels fire a relatively small shot, the combined impact of both projectiles produces damage no single barrel weapon can match. The weapon has limited range and is laborious to reload, even for a trained gunning crew, but its effectiveness are devastating. Long gun. Its ability to fire at a target. Fallen frame hull. Combat speed +5 stealth. This recruit crew members. Novices. Seasoned cannoneer. Zamito Plains, Grim Religious, Grim Cauldron. Let's see how this goes.
Back for more, are ya? Oh,
yeah, land. Yep. Boatswain, cannoneer. Navigator. Helmsman. Long guns, Imperial long guns. There we go. Bonds there. 9 turns, 10 to 13. 10 to 13, 250. 250, 358 turns, 12 to 15. Oof. Okay. Speed, health, health. 25. Put that there. Combat speed, travel speed. Okay. All right. Combat speed and travel speed. Sweet. I think we're a better ship. At least I hope so.
back for more, are ya?
Having trouble
Haven't
with
had enough of old... Aye. Captain Redora hasn't paid me for her commissioned firepower.
Continue.
While I'm up to my nose in debt, the wild mare gobbles up her coin. And now, pirates are holding my feet to the fire over some sham of a deal.
Continue.
If I don't get Redora's payment, I might as well start carving my swallow net.
If it gets me a discount on your labor, I could hunt down Redora.
You'd do that? A fair price goes without saying, Cully.
Well, if you do agree to this, we'll see if you discount those ships.
It all comes down to blasted pans and pyres in the end, doesn't it?
Yes, it does. Recipe, goods and services. One of the month's clients is late on delivering payment. You asked me to track down Captain Vadora at the Wild Mare in Queensborough and retrieve the coin. Beautiful ships. The design is very good. Alright. Did you arrive at the Defiant? SS Defiant. Fine fashion. What do you got? Jewelry?
Need a fresh jacket or pants? Take your time. I'll give you...
Steeled in darkness. A deer clothing. Dancer's outfit. Boat. Big clothing. Do we have secondary clothes? Oh my. This. A deer in clothes. Water now. Entropy clothes. Just to look good. Nothing wrong with looking good, is there? Alien breastplate. I like it.
Island folk tend to take your time.
Let's see what I can sell to you, brother. Cool. Yeah, padded armor. Lilium breastplate. +1 might maker's own power, +1 crushing armor. Crush armor rating. When attack this, there is one time made to mitigate damage. God's pleasure. I should beat this. Yes, sir. 22, nice. Baby. Quick save or dress. Interesting. What is this? The gods have marked you out, amiga. Let's go down here. Cobblers. Oh. Interesting. Merla. Oh, there is ship hunter taken. Merla. The wild mare. Luca.
Hello, my friend. I knew our paths would cross eventually.
A valiant shouts over the din of the wild mare to get your attention, turning great heads to study your exchange. He takes a hearty swig of his tankard. Do I know you?
Not yet. But I know that we will be fast friends. Tell me, you are the one who sails that fine ship, Ak? Terrorize the docks with spirits, Ak?
Leaning in close, he sips from the tank card and loudly sucks moisture from his upper lip. Khaled Godwoken, captain of the Defiant, at your service.
I am Aboko, and I am positioned to offer... I have opportunities for...
He clumsily unfolds a sheath of parchment. The tanker slips in his grasp and spills ale down in front of his trousers. He gawks down at himself in horror.
1,000 times I practiced my speech. Merda. Never did it go this poorly.
You need more than an eye. Give him an ale.
Agrasima. Do you know what my problem is, amico? I am supposed to be in the business of giving bounties, but I know no one who hunts them. No one will unfurl their sail for my humble payments. But I must start from the bottom and work my way to the top, Ak?
You'll get there someday.
Agrasima, my friend. If you are ever lacking in drinking money, you know where to look.
Near the stage with a mug of ale clutched tight in her hands. Though she shows no interest in the dancers, the bags beneath her eyes speak. Oh, that's the clothes, that's the dancer clothes I had.
Have you seen an old elf hanging around here lately? Dresses funny, probably drunker than an eel in a barrel of mead.
No, I can't say I have.
Andra's crushing void, I thought as much. Listen, the guy I'm looking for owes me a lot of money. 5,000 coppers. You help me find him, and I'll give you 20%.
Who owes you money first?
The drunk old goat I was pestering you about, Oswald. Like the credulous fool I am, I gave him a loan, and he ran off before paying me back.
20%, but I'll be doing all the work.
Fine, Andra's great sagging tits, fine. You can have 40% and rights to whatever baubles Oswald has on him.
Yeah.
Haggling for the fun of it not keeping you busy enough? The man I'm looking for, Oswald, was especially fond of one of the courtesans upstairs, Analis. Maybe you can get more out of her than I can. She refuses to speak to me, the snippy little cur.
Have you tried being nice?
She wasn't receptive to my particular charms. Let's see you do better. Maybe you can get more out of her than I can. She refuses to speak to me, the snippy little cur. What do you want to know?
Who are you?
I was hoping you wouldn't ask me that. But hey, what the hell? I'm one of the countless minor nobles that litter the Deerwooden countryside. You know Admeth Hadret, hero of the War of Defiance? He's my great whatever.
Pardon my impertinence, my lady.
See, this is why I don't like to tell people about it. They get all weird, like you right now, being weird.
Who are you?
I was hoping you... I'm one of the countless minor nobles that when people find out, they start doing weird shit. Calling me lady, opening doors for me, buying me drinks.
Don't you like
really,
that?
The title is a mockery. It means nothing to me.
What's your history with Oswald?
The man's a family friend. Has been for... must be 4 generations now. The perk of being an elf, eh?
Yep, they are long-lived. What does Oswald owe you money for?
I'm one of the... See, this is what... I'm one of the countless... My thoughts exactly. It's my fault, really. I should have known better than to believe that damned old drunk knew what he was doing.
See.
Man's a wizard. You understand, and a tinkerer. He convinced himself and me he could, with enough luminous adra, create a device that would add years to one's life. Must have been a crock of shit, because one day he up and ran without a word of explanation or apology. I thought I knew him better than that.
See?
If you told me a few years ago that I'd end up following you on another crazy errand, I'd have said you were out of your mind. Not because I got anything against you, more that trouble seems to come looking for you wherever you go.
Well, I am a watcher, endowed by the gods, the great task.
Yet, here we are again, probably on our way to die. Well, you already did, but me, I mean.
He cocks his head to one side and smiles. I couldn't go having all the fun by myself.
Oh, real nice of you to share. Someday I'll have to get you a gift.
Thanks.
Wouldn't you know it, this time is shaping up to be crazier than the last one.
There's something accusatory behind Eddar's eyes.
But I gotta say, I appreciate how you've handled things. Times like these, staying decent's not as easy as it sounds. Thought you were weird at first, of course, but you've surprised me.
Decent, well, on purpose, thanks. It hasn't always been easy. There's no point to any of this if I have to sacrifice my beliefs.
There's something to that. I like to think I'm the same, except I chose to believe in the goodness of a giant statue that kills everything it passes.
He scrapes his teeth over it.
Sometimes I have second thoughts about that. I've been meaning to ask, though. How is it you never seem to lose your way through all this? What is it tells you you're on the right path?
I never know, it's complicated. I believe in helping people who need it. Sometimes it's more complicated, but often it's not. If I'm truthful with myself and others, I find that things tend to work out. I think about the wrong path would be, then I do the opposite. I judge every situation on its own circumstances and leave feelings out of it. My confidence is an illusion. I have strong feelings about everything. I accept that even the wrong path is not a dead end. Fine. Think about the wrong path would be, then I do the opposite. No, I'm not really a Vulcan.
Well, hard to argue with that. And I might get some strange looks if it did.
Edder heaves a sigh that sounds as if he's building up for months. His smile is tight-lipped, wistful.
When I was a boy, things were simpler. Aethys was more like a character we read about in church.
Easier to worship a god when their worst traits are kept swept under the rug. I could see that being an improvement.
Yeah, I guess it was. Well, most stories had him helping folks or making the world work as it should.
He probably did do that. He adopts a smile and gently points a figure of a coaxing parent.
You pray to him. He might help you too.
He lets a finger drop and smile fade.
There was no cost to it. No confusion about his will or followers taken it to extreme. Following Aethys was right. Had no reason to question.
He pauses. It could be the light, but the creases around his eyes and mouth seem longer, deeper than your memory of them.
Do you think there's any way that following him could still be the right path? After all we've seen?
Of course, your Emperor wants us to follow him. I honestly don't know. It's possible if the cause is just. I think the world deserves better. No, I don't. Of course, even Barrett wants us to follow him. I honestly don't know. Yeah, I don't take these gods seriously. As gods, I'm more of a monotheist. I think they're just creations of the actual God. The actual God being infinite, immaterial, nothing like creation of what you can imagine. No, I don't. I think the world deserves better. I don't know if this is the fifth one as a joke or not. I think the world deserves better. Of course, even Barrett wants us to follow him.
I suppose that's true. Not really a point. Anyway, I didn't mean for this to get depressing.
You were having a crisis of faith, Edder, I
I
understand.
think this was just a long way of saying, I appreciate the way you've guided things. Makes me feel like I'm doing some good, going with you.
Right then.
Done and done.
Is there? Okay. Anybody in here? Sailor. Anybody in here? Dancer. If I shouldn't be in here, well, may I perform? Commoner, alien commoner, Ymir.
You might find this interesting.
See something you like? Aloth! This is the last place I expected to see you. Have your interests changed so much since our time at Bracken Hill?
Ew.
No, I still enjoy tile puzzles and deflecting personal questions. Anyway, what are you doing here?
He looks away as though he's trying to ignore Ymir's eager gaze. Ew. Yuck.
I could ask the same of you.
He laughs slightly and hand over his
I make my own hours, meet fascinating people, and the coin's nothing to sneer at. Better than stuffy old books and unflattering robes.
He casts a critical eye over Aloth's outfit. He opens his mouth to speak. Decides better of it. This is amazing.
It's good to see you again, Aloth. Anyway, I should get back to it. Be well.
I had no idea.
It was
Aloth.
lovely seeing you.
He catches himself looking
Perhaps
funny.
lovely is too strong a word. I meant pleasant. Perfectly agreeable.
He looks at you, chagrin.
I can see where I may have confused the poor fellow in our academy days. 'Twas a right fierce labour getting the lad to finger any flesh that weren't covering his spelly books.
Ew. That is a right fierce labor. Getting the lad to finger any flesh that weren't covering his belly books.
Did you enjoy the show? There's more to see, if you're interested.
Interesting. It might not be Aloth as much as his previous personality taken over too, you know.
I suppose. I was raised in the Adir Empire. When I was young, I studied to be an arcane knight. After an incident at my school, I left the continent and wandered until I found myself in Neketaka. As you can see, I stayed. Same as any of the courtesans here, I imagine.
His long-suffering smile says he's answered his questions mentioned.
I showed an aptitude. I trained with a master, and when I was ready, I began accepting clients of my own.
Just training entail. There has to be more.
There is more to every story, but the rest of it belongs to me. I was raised in the... A handful of my fellow students got up to a bit of mischief that ended with several... Did you enjoy... I suppose. I was raised in... Same as... I showed an aptitude. I would be happy to show you. For a price. Till later, then.
Yeah, I'm good.
Ahoy, Captain. If I could bend your ear a moment, I'll be aiming to thank you for bringing me aboard.
Don't want to bend anything in this place, Seraphine, so let's avoid the bending and just talk.
You run a tight shop, and you ain't no terrible person, either.
Thanks.
It'd be a welcome change from the gentleman of leisure.
Grazie. Tell me about the gentleman of leisure.
The gentleman is only the finest ship among the Principi, and Captain Ferrante our most respected shipmaster. It were 2 honours and a half to be chosen to join his crew.
I detect a butt.
Aye, you ain't wrong. Joining the gentleman meant leaving the sorcerer, leaving the only family I've ever known. I never knew no kin till the sorcerer. They be my salt family. And to me, that'd be better far than blood.
Just your opinion, your experience. Why don't you leave the crew to join
Now,
mine?
don't sell yourself a Suole short, Cap, nor me neither. I know an opportunity when I board it.
Chuckles.
I'd seen what there were to be seen upon the gentleman, learn what ropes were to be learned. Methinks a watcher after a dead god'll thrust me into an whole new set of eye-openings.
Brody's eyes gleam with the dark music.
And believe you me, I do appreciate myself a good thrust.
Ew. You're welcome.
I've a gift for you. This trinket be from one of the first ships I hunted. Malnage would have snatched it had I not found the perfect hiding spot.
There's so much, like, gay stuff in this game. Like, what, the sexual component is so heavily more. And I don't think I like it. I understand this will be a bit more mature, but can we keep the sex out and keep it a bit more clean? At least give that an option for people who would want to enjoy their fantasies. Without this, I mean, look at the pictures on the wall. Like, ew, brother. Seriously. Have some decency, man. It's like the whole wolf kind of shit. Everything needs to be naked and rated M and tits and sex scenes and shit. Like, God. Alright, so where did you hide it?
You be entirely welcome. Now, if you'll pardon me, I've run.
Everyone wants to talk nowadays. Let's go here. Who the hell? A fire godlike woman polishes a pair of stocks, tending to them with the fondness of a mother for her favorite child. The room is dim, illuminated only by the glow of her steel-forged skin. Her eyes burn brightly as mountains fire.
I will give you an experience you won't soon forget. I must assume the question beneath your question is how a fire godlike came to find herself in a place such as this.
You're just human with this, but like, do your fires burn? You clank and rattle, she's mouth.
Perseverance. Being as I am, I have been forced to find it for myself. Now I teach it to others. To live in a world as a thinking, feeling creature, it is difficult. It demands strength, but we cannot always be strong. I help those who have lost their strength to find it again.
You have to chain it around her arms and tugs. Oh god, no. Appreciate you, but no thanks. Better keep finding. Yeah, we'll keep looking for those two individuals, the captain and that other whore, to basically deal with this situation for those two different quests next time. Comment, subscribe, leave a